Bunny. Okay, I guess he's gonna ignore me today. But hi you guys, I hope you guys are all doing very well. I have an Easter lily here. This is from my Aunt Gudrun. Thank you so much, Auntie Gudrun. Love you so much. It's Lilium longiflorum. Sorry, there's a big truck going by. This is Lilium longiflorum. It's a native of the Ryukyu Islands and Taiwan. And it's very commonly cultivated for Easter because of its beautiful long tube-shaped flowers. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I do putting these outside for the summer and then consequentially regrowing them later because they are a very perennial plant. So forgive me, this is going to be a bit of a chaotic video because I just thought of this literally right now. But yeah. Okay, so at this point you got healthy leaves, no real signs of disease, your flowers are already faded. Usually Easter lilies will produce 4 to 7 flowers depending on the grower and the growth conditions that they experience in the greenhouse, but this one over here did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Usually the 7th one is insignificant, doesn't really come out, and usually the first 4 or so are usually the big ones. My rabbit came to visit. So what I do with these guys is I let them sit without water. I remove the sheath just so that the soil is malleable. I don't really care if I make a mess here today because I'm going to rake some soil into the grass anyways. I get my snips. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm just going to switch my camera, or switch my hands here. You have 2 choices here. So this over here is where the seed pods would originate. If these are swollen, you can keep them on and you can just cut the very top of your flower here. Like so. I'm not worried too much about sanitation here because I've been just working with other Easter lilies and, you know, they're all going to be growing next to each other anyways, so if one of them gives a disease to the one next to it, you know, it's meant to be, I guess. Natural order of things. So you can cut them above the stalk here if you have blooms. And your rabbit loves eating them if you have a rabbit. Or you can cut them below, 1 leaf below, if you want to maintain this foliage for a while. So now these are bulbous plants, which means that they have storage organs under the ground. So you're going to want to maintain this for as long as you can, because this here is what's photosynthesizing and this is what's feeding your bulb. What I do is I cut the very, very top off at an angle, like so, and then I cut off any decaying flowers. Just because you don't want botrytis, you don't want like mold pressure. Be very careful when you do this because they do have lots of pollen, so that stains clothes quite severely. On the bottom, you're probably going to notice some leaf dieback. That's totally normal, just as this plant progresses through its maturity cycle, and also just as a result of not getting any light exposure because it's been under that decorative sheath. I usually go up a few inches, and then what I'll do is I'll pull the plant out entirely and inspect the roots. So, let's see what we got here. Very dry. I did that on purpose so that this can be quite malleable. The roots here are looking fine. You want to look for a slight yellow tinge, but you want for them to be firm. You don't want for them to be mushy. Now, I'm not going to do it right now because the rabbit will eat this up if I plant it right now. But you always want to plant your Easter lilies deeper than they were in the container. If you want to perennialize them, because they are a little bit frost tender in their first year. The natural bloom cycle is a little bit later than Easter. The natural bloom cycle is more like, I want to say July. These will grow taller in your garden too by a factor of about an extra third, because when they're grown in the greenhouse they do tend to have growth hormones added just to keep them more compact. But I would count the sheaths, the leaf sheaths on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so, approximately 3 inches, and plant it down at that depth. Because lilies and members of the Lilium genus grow adventitious roots down here, so you're just doing your bulb a favor by shielding it, keeping it more protected, and also letting it grow more adventitious roots so that the foliage can grow. These guys, they appreciate a bit of fertilizer post-bloom. I'm gonna plant this in a very airy, porous, peat-heavy soil. They like really good drainage. They don't like sitting in water. And they do multiply readily. They tend to multiply in 3s. Usually the bulbils are a little bit smaller and sometimes they skip a year blooming, but they are quite reliable. I think you'll find most lilies, especially oriental lilies, are quite reliable repeat bloomers. But I hope that helps. That's what I do with my Easter lilies. I have some in the front, they're not in bloom yet. Maybe I'll make a video on that later. But I hope you enjoyed the chaos that was this video. There's a plane going by and a truck, so I think I'm gonna shut up right now. But stay blessed, you guys, and thank you very much.